As we all know by now, that famous line about who Rey's parents really were was purposely left open-ended to draw out the mystery. Yes, they could be no one, or Kylo was simply lying to her. But if this is a lie, where do we go from here? What is a plausible theory? Well, a new excerpt from the Last Jedi novel may begin to give us clues. I'm sure that at this point, most people have heard about this line from the Last Jedi novel in which Luke is dreaming about his life on Tatooine with his wife. Now they go on to state that it was just a dream, just Luke visualizing a life that he never had. But what if this wasn't a dream? What if, at one point, this really did happen? We have to remember that this is only one part of the book, meaning that this particular sequence may be a dream, but the events behind the dream may be real. Also, keep in mind that they could always manipulate the story and turn it into reality if they wanted to. This could be a major clue of things to come. So my theory is that perhaps sometime after Return of the Jedi, when Luke had begun to rebuild the new Jedi Temple, he may have returned to Tatooine for any number of reasons. And while on this journey, he reconnected with Camie. Now, if all of you remember, Camie is that girl from the Episode 4 deleted scenes, and it's also who Luke is imagining his wife to be. Now, if Luke was dreaming about her, we know that he must have liked her. So if he did actually return to Tatooine, who's to say that Camie wasn't still there, living her simple life on the desert planet? After reconnecting, maybe they even became a serious couple, and married, and Luke planned to spend time at both the new Jedi Temple and his simple life on Tatooine. And then, of course, a little further down the line, they had Rey, his own daughter, that would hopefully follow in his footsteps, becoming the shining example of the new Jedi. And together, the Skywalkers, Ben Solo, Han, and Leia rebuilt what was once lost, restoring hope in the galaxy. And everything was perfect. However, tragedy would soon occur. After the sudden death of Camie and the disappearance of Rey. How, we're not exactly sure. Perhaps pirates looking for some extra cash, small gangs recruited by the First Order, even one of Luke's ex-students. But regardless, Rey would wind up on Jakku, and Camie was lost forever. Given the circumstances, Luke thought that both Rey and Camie had perished. But instead of giving up, after some time grieving, he decided to carry on. He wanted to honor the memory of his wife and his lost daughter by continuing his noble work, along with his powerful nephew, Ben Solo. And yet, how interesting would it be if there were more levels to the situation, more dynamics? What if, say, Ben could have saved Rey? Maybe he was with her at the time and failed to stop her from being stolen. Maybe he wasn't powerful enough. So secretly, Ben began to blame himself for the disappearance of his cousin, and this was the perfect opportunity for Snoke to begin to unravel him. This would also explain why Luke had his moment of weakness and wanted to kill Ben for that split instant. It is possible that Luke at some point secretly blamed Ben for his daughter's fate, and then of course, shortly after he began to feel that incredible darkness. So, of course Luke would have that sudden urge. It actually makes sense. So now I turn this conversation over to all of you. What do you guys think about the theories that I presented in this video? Could the character of Camie really be Rey's mother, in a dream sequence that may not actually be a dream sequence? Is it possible that this line from the Last Jedi novel is leading into something bigger? Leave all of your thoughts and opinions down below in the Great White Void. And before I go, I wanted to give a big shout out to my buddy AO98 for the awesome theories behind this video. And as always, until next we meet, stay in that galaxy far, far away.